Viewers, just a short while ago, Prime Minister Modi chaired a meeting with Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, NSA Doval, Chief of Defence Staff and Chiefs of the three armed forces were present. The meeting lasted around 40 minutes and we are being told that the Prime Minister, among other things, gave a free hand to our forces. The Prime Minister has left the decision of the strike to the military brass. The target, the timing and the extent of the strike, all of this will be decided by our forces. Now, viewers, this is in sharp contrast to what had happened under the UPA government when our braves were shackled by politics. Despite the operational preparedness capability, the government had not given permission to the Air Force to strike targets across Pakistan. But viewers, the Congress party does not seem to understand all of this or any of this. They have crossed a line so sacred, it should never be touched. Their latest attack on Prime Minister Modi, a sickening social media post showing him as a headless figure with the word Gayab scrawled across it. This was not a mistake, viewers, it was a choice to put their hatred for Modi above the soul of our nation. And in doing so, they've handed Pakistan, a nation that cheers our pain, a weapon to mock us, to laugh at us, right after the Pahalgam terror attack. Viewers, this is not about politics anymore. This is about loyalty to our flag, to our soldiers, to our people. When terrorists strike, we stand together, shoulder to shoulder as one. But what did the Congress do? They painted a target on our Prime Minister's back, giving Pakistan a chance to dance on our wounds. That headless image, the one on your screen, is not just a cheap shot. It's a gift to our enemies, a signal that India's own can be divided, that we can be broken. And for what? A few likes? A few retweets? Is this what our national dignity is worth? Viewers, perception is everything. And Congress has lost the plot. They think attacking Modi makes them look strong. But all it does is make government look weak, our government. This is not the first time. From questioning the surgical strikes to flirting with stories that sound like they were written in Islamabad, Congress has a habit of putting their ego before the country. They say Modi skipped the all-party meeting. Fine. Call him out, attack him, question him, seek answers. But do not stab the nation in the back with images that dehumanize its leadership and fuel propaganda of our enemies. Viewers, Pakistan's reaction to Congress's Gayab poster targeting PM Modi was swift and not surprising. They seized the moment to amplify anti-India propaganda. The poster was shared by former Pakistani minister on social media with the hashtag Naughty Congress. This is what the Pakistani Neta wrote, mocking India's leadership. This move was not just a taunt, it was a calculated effort to exploit our internal political discord to undermine India's global image, especially in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack. Viewers, Congress posters imagery resonated with Pakistan's narrative as it echoed their diplomats. You would remember that picture, the throat-slitting gesture in London at protesters who were condemning the attack. We will pull up those pictures. A parallel that fueled the chatter of the Congress, aligning with Pakistan's rhetoric. Viewers, the absurdity of the Congress's attack does not stop here. A senior Congress leader, minister in Karnataka government, has dared to suggest that a meticulously executed attack by the Lashkar offshoot was a staged spectacle for Modi's electoral gain in Bihar. Just imagine, the terrorists asked victims to recite the Kalma, executed those who could not, but Congress would have us believe that this was a conspiracy about Bihar elections. The Congress said the same about Pulwama. But where's the proof so far? Not even a single shred of evidence to justify what they claimed. There is none. Which is why, viewers, this is not just absurd, it's a betrayal of the victims, of their survivors. Viewers, this is a wake-up call to the Congress. I just want to say that put India first, not your anger, not your politics, not your hashtags, not your poster. Our nation deserves better. Our soldiers definitely deserve better.
साथियों, हमने विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य के लिए अगले 25 वर्षों की समय सीमा तय की है। हमारे पास समय सीमित है, लक्ष्य बड़े हैं। ये मैं वर्तमान स्थिति के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूं।
जब भी जातिवाद की राजनीति होगी, जब भी विभाजनकारी राजनीति होगी, तो तुष्टीकरण की पराकाष्ठा को पार करते हुए आपकी सुरक्षा के साथ ऐसे ही खिलवाड़ करने का कुत्सित प्रयास करेंगे जैसे वर्तमान में कुछ कांग्रेस के नेता और समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता कर रहे हैं।
कांग्रेस पार्टी है तो भारत की राष्ट्रीय पार्टी, लेकिन यह कहना गलत नहीं होगा, अपने दोहरे चरित्र को यहां पे जग जाहिर करती है और लश्करे पाकिस्तान कांग्रेस बन जाती है।
कांग्रेस और कुछ विपक्षी दलों की क्या मजबूरी है कि पाकिस्तान के बोल बोलने जरूरी है, पाकिस्तान का समर्थन करना जरूरी है? क्या उनको भारत के लोगों का खून बहता, इस पर उनका खून खोलता नहीं है?
పాకిస్తాన్ని ప్రేమిస్తా అంటారు వీళ్ళందరూ. ఇక్కడ భారతదేశంలోకి వచ్చి మీరు పాకిస్తాన్ని ప్రేమిస్తుంటారు. మొన్న కొంతమంది నాయకులు డిబేట్ లో మాట్లాడుతుంటే చూస్తున్నాను. మీరు పాకిస్తాన్ అంత ప్రేమిస్తే దయచేసి పాకిస్తాన్కి వెళ్ళిపోండి, ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు?
Let's open this up. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ratan Sharda, Tehseen Poonawala, Monojit Mondal, all our other guests will be joining us shortly. Pradeep Datta is with us live. Pradeep, there was a meeting that took place at the Prime Minister's residence. The pictures playing out on the screen. We are being told that the Prime Minister said that the forces must decide the target, the timing of how to punish Pak.
Yes, this was a very crucial and important meeting, and during this meeting we saw that the head of all the three forces, including CDS and the Defence Minister, were also present, including NSA Ajit Doval. And during that meeting, Prime Minister has once again affirmed the national resolve that they are going to crush terror. That means they will not allow the terrorists to raise their ugly head. And he said that we have full faith in armed forces, and he has given them full freedom. Unlike past forces will not be shackled. They will be the one who will decide about mode, target and time. That means there will be no pressure on them, because when there will be no pressure on them, that means they are bound to not commit any kind of a mistake. They will also keep in mind what can be the response of the adversary. Accordingly, they are going to execute their plan to ensure that Pakistan is hit hard where it's going to hurt most. But one thing is more important is that today the Congress party's target should not have been Prime Minister. Their target should have been Pakistan. But unfortunately, once again, they seem to have betrayed India by giving such statement where they do not believe in the testimonies of survivors. But they say that what Pakistan is saying, that should be treated as gospel truth. A shocking statement coming from Saifuddin Society. He said that if Pakistan says they are not involved, we should trust and believe in Pakistan. But they will not trust and believe in what survivors had been saying. And then they went on to the extent of saying that it was basically to garner votes bank during the Bihar election. They are the same people who called surgical strike. They are the same people who had been asking for the proof during his surgical strike. I think they should learn a lesson from Israel, because I still remember while I was covering, there were so many differences between the parties there. But everybody stood with Benjamin Netanyahu because they wanted to teach lesson to both Hamas as well as Hezbollah. They fought together. I think they should have been on same page instead of keeping their vested political interests in mind. They should be looking after national interests. Pranesh.
You know, a meeting of this kind, Pradeep, what does this signify? The Prime Minister is there, there is the Raksha Mantri, you have the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defence Staff and the three service chiefs. What does it mean?
In one line, I can explain one thing. This only means political will. They had been saying that they had been already coming out with the imagery of headless Prime Minister, but I'll say he's a strong-headed Prime Minister who at least had the guts to suspend Indus Water Treaty, because we have seen that how Indus Water Treaty has survived all these wars and terror-related incidents, whether it was 26/11, whether it was 65, whether it was 71, whether it was Kargil War. But we have seen even after 26/11, the political will was not shown by then Prime Minister. But this man has shown the political will because they want to hurt Pakistan where it is going to, they want to hit Pakistan where it's going to hurt them most because they know they're totally dependent on water. Because tomorrow's CCS meeting, they are further going to take some stern, strong decision that is going to further make things difficult for Pakistan. Pranesh, you have to understand, even without firing a bullet, they have made Pakistan mobilize their troops.
All right, Pradeep, thanks for that quick update. We'll keep coming back to you for, more if there is anything as we go along. Suhail Seth is joining us. Romesh Sabarwal, leader of the Congress Party. Ravi Srivastav, Professor Monojit Mondal. Tehseen, the Congress Party's poster says, Gayab. The Prime Minister is not Gayab. He's sitting with the service chiefs, chairing a meeting.
Pranesh, good evening. Thank you for having me on the show. Since I haven't been on your show, let me extend my condolences to the family members of those who've passed away. This is the time we all stand by our Prime Minister, no if, no but, and the government of India and India. Political parties will ask questions. Media's job is to ask questions, and that's fine. Personally, if you ask me, I didn't like this particular tweet done by the political party, by the Congress. I think it could have been better. This was not required to be done. Should questions be asked? I feel so, they should. But this is not the right time to ask questions. Let us teach Pakistan a lesson, and then we should ask questions, because there has definitely been some intelligence failure, as reported by Times Now, as the top people in the government have admitted to. That's the first part to it. The second part to it, I also think at this point, rather than bickering with each other when ministers are coming out to give statements against the Congress doing it, let us all today be united, be one voice, because the important thing is that Pakistan needs to be taught a lesson. So I think that is the more important thing. These are memes. I don't think memes wins you in elections or loses you in election. I think the more important question is to ask, and I think this is pertinent, how do you make sure that this is not repeated? And Pranesh, I'll just take 30 seconds again. We've had the bus yatra to Pakistan by Prime Minister Vajpayee ji. We've been rewarded with Kargil. We've had the Agra summit. Then we've had, again, the parliament attack. We've had Prime Minister Manmohan Singh reaching out. We've had 26/11. We've had Prime Minister Modi reaching out not once but twice. We've had Pathankot. We've had Pulwama. And now we've this. And these people don't keep quiet. Pakistan and India are not one people. We're not one nation. We're not one people. We're not different people. I mean, not one Pakistani will condemn what the army chief said. The beginning of all of this is that army chief's bigoted statement, Asim Muni's bigoted statement, and not one Pakistani will condemn that.
Look,
so I think
all of that is fine, Tehseen, but let's address the elephant in the room. You say that this is a meme. Memes don't win you election. Is the Congress Party looking to win elections now? And you say you don't approve of this. Who's done this? Does Rahul Gandhi approve of this? Does Mr. Khadge approve of this? The nation does not approve of this. What is this nonsense going on, and who are the people behind this? Who are they? Let's name them. The Khedas of the world, the Jairam Ramesh, Supriya Srinath. These are the people who will say, our handle was hacked. We don't have control neither of the, over the party or over our social media handle. And why does this happen, that this goes unpunished? You have leaders like Gundu Rao who say that this is linked to Bihar elections. So the Prime Minister spoke to the Lashkar, said, send some people, kill Indians, kill my people, so that the BJP can win elections in Bihar. Do the Congress leaders not realize what they speak? And if the leaders are not realizing, does Rahul Gandhi not think about it? Does he not read? Where is he? Where are the advisors? They should be reading out the statements, and if not the statements, the newspaper the next day. Because there is nothing that comes, only token condemnation. Suhail said, what is going on with the Congress Party?
Actually, I don't think anyone knows. No one knows what's going on because, at a time like this, you expect a level of maturity, sagacity, wisdom, and you expect a lot of restraint. What has happened to my mind is that the Congress hasn't gotten out of its trying to score brownie points game. I've said this before, Pranesh, on your program. Repeatedly, the Congress is actually axing its own foot. Because when you come across as a responsible political party indulging in this skullduggery and doing this kind of nonsense, A, people get upset, B, people don't take you seriously. I think Rahul Gandhi cutting short his trip, coming back to India, then going to Kashmir was a great thing. Now, all of that has been negated by the stupidity. The problem is these guys are school children while the BJP is in a university. And this is all right to win brownie points in Khan Market or Lutyens, Delhi, but it doesn't augur well for the party. You come across as a mean-minded, petty, selfish, ridiculing kind of party, and no political party wants that sobriquet on itself. So I think it's in bad taste, it's in terrible form, and as always, they've scored a googly from which they will not recover in a hurry.
But Suhail, there are many who will defend even this. Some even on our panel will defend this. So, you know, and Sanju Verma, before I bring you in, let's listen to a reaction. The BJP has said that this is not just, you know, Congress giving strip to Pakistan or, you know, parroting Pak strip. This is the Sar Tan Se Juda mindset. That's the charge. Listen to this.
कांग्रेस पार्टी एक चित्र दिखाती है और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के ही सिर को तन से अलग करने का दृश्य दिखाती है या सर तन से अलग कर देती है। ये किस प्रकार की मानसिकता है? अब कांग्रेस पार्टी पाकिस्तान की और इस प्रकार के आतंकी जिहादियों की भाषा बोलने लग गई है। मोदी विरोध करते करते आज जब देश को एकजुट होना है तो पाकिस्तान की जुबान भी बोल रहे हैं और आतंकी जिस प्रकार के कृत्य अपनाते हैं उस प्रकार के कृत्यों को अपने सोशल मीडिया हैंडल से दर्शा रहे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी आज देश विरोध में ही उतर आएगी।
Sanju Verma, the Congress says the Prime Minister skipped the all-party meeting, so this poster is justified.
You know, Pranesh, I'm glad you said let's name and shame people, and I'm going to do exactly that. I'm under no compulsion to not mince my words. Who is the chairperson of the Congress's social media? It is a lady called Supriya Srinath, who is in charge of communications. It's a man called Jairam Ramesh along with Pawan Khera. This duo has absolutely no political standing, much less any moral standing. As far as Supriya Srinath is concerned, do you remember she posted that infamous post on X saying Mandi ka bhav kya hai? And then had the audacity and the temerity to say that, you know, some junior staff member actually posted that. I was not even aware of what's happening on my, you know, social media handle, so on and so forth. So the limited point is, Supriya Srinath, you should be ashamed of yourself. And let me say one thing, you know, taking off from what Tehseen said. Have you seen anybody, be it Shahbaz Sharif, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, be it their, you know, Army Chief Asim Munir, be it their Defense Chief Khwaja Asif, be it their Railway Minister Hanif Abbasi, have you seen any statement from any Pakistani, you know, politician not standing in solidarity with their nation? They are all standing as one. And here you have a divided house. Let me just say, Pranesh, I'm all for accountability. Should questions be asked of the government? I've said this, of course. Should some heads roll? I've said this again. Yes, of course. But is this the time to be pointing at your own government, you know, and trying to draw attention to yourself with these kind of stupid memes? And this is not a meme. I say this is dog whistling. And Supriya Srinath is on record saying, मैंने तो मोदी जी का नाम नहीं लिखा, मैंने तो सर तन से जुदा नहीं लिखा, मैंने तो सिर्फ कहा कौन गायब है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपने पर उड़ता हुआ तीर क्यों ले रही है? सो मैडम, कोई अपने पर उड़ता हुआ तीर नहीं ले रहा. Stop trying to be more cunning and smarter by half. And I want to leave your audience with these thoughts to showcase the hypocrisy of the Congress. They say that the only thing worse than a liar is a liar who is also a hypocrite. I say Rahul Gandhi is both a liar and a hypocrite. He stands in the Congress working committee meeting and then at the all-party meeting saying, you know, we stand in solidarity with the government. It's the classic good cop, bad cop. And then what does, you know, his team do? Look at Robert Vadra, who's his brother-in-law. He says, "Arey, ye to attack isliye hua because Muslims are made to feel insecure in India by Prime Minister Modi." You have Siddaramaiah. He's not some random Congress leader. He's the sitting Chief Minister of Karnataka who says, why blame Pakistan? Then you have Vijay Wadettiwar, who was the LOP of Maharashtra Assembly, and today is a sitting Congress MLA from Maharashtra. He says, do you think terrorists actually ask the religion? This is a concocted story by the BJP. Then you have Saifuddin Sood, who was a union cabinet minister. He says that, why blame Pakistan? Do we have any proof?
That's right.
And then you have Excise Minister of Karnataka, who also says, why blame Pakistan? Do we have any proof? And then you have Mani Shankar Iyer, who has the habit of putting his foot into his mouth, who says, the Pahalgam attack happened because of unresolved issues pertaining to partition. And then you have B.K. Hariprasad, sitting MLC from Karnataka, who says, why blame entire Pakistan? So basically, पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट देने में कांग्रेस के नेता में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी है. It cannot be more shameful than this. And Supriya Srinath, I'm sorry, she was their ex-colleague. She's now degenerated into a third-rate troll. But madam, trolling के लिए भी
No, ma'am, please don't link Supriya Srinath to me. I've got nothing to do with her. मुझे तो माफ कीजिए मैम, बाकी लोगों से लिंक कर दीजिएगा, मुझे रहने दीजिए प्लीज. रमेश सबरवाल, टेरर अटैक का इलेक्शन से क्या मतलब है सर? मिस्टर सबरवाल, आर यू देयर? रवि श्रीवास्तव, उनको भी आवाज नहीं आ रही है, कोई जवाब देने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. सिर्फ तहसीन had his hand up the moment Sanju Verma said Vadra. Tehseen, now you respond.
See, two things. I agree with what Suhail said. Rahul ji made some very, I think Rahul ji handled everything very well, like how we unite as a nation. He came back from US. I texted him actually that he should, and he came back immediately. He made the right statements. He's there with the Prime Minister. I do think there are two aspects to this. Aspect number one, I seriously think the Congress party should think about how they're letting down, forget at this moment everything else. It's a political party. How they're letting down their own leader, Rahul ji. He's not making these statements, letting them down. Because the common man will not understand these nuances. So that's the first point that I want to make. I also think that the Congress party needs to slightly more control its leaders and not allow them to make out-of-turn statements. They should be only an official communication. So what Vijay Wadettiwar or anyone else said should not be taken seriously. So what the official communication is. Lastly, what Robert said, Robert made a statement saying he's not a member of the Congress. It should not be attributed to the Congress. And I think that that's fine as he's not a member of a Congress. I personally don't agree
1 minute. Just because someone is not a member of the Congress party does not mean, you're disconnected from logic, common sense, etc., etc. I mean, that is no defense. By this logic, then everything that Ravi Srivastav says is fine because you see, he's not a member of the Congress party. And you are saying that, you texted Rahul Gandhi. I want to know, if you want to, if you can answer this, how swiftly does Rahul Gandhi respond and what does he say in response to your messages?
I think what Rahul should do, I honestly think what Rahul should do is make sure that the Congress communication is centralized, and he should make it extremely clear from his office's end that that any other diversion is not included. You see, everyone's talking the right things. We're with the Prime Minister. We want India to teach Pakistan a lesson because no matter what happens, even after something like Balakot where we entered a territory, these people are not going to improve. And like Sanju said and I said earlier, not one Pakistani has condemned what Asim Modi
but Tehseen, you are saying that 1 minute. What is the guarantee that the Congress leaders will not demand sabut like they did in the past? What is the guarantee? Mr. Sabharwal, if you can hear me, can you answer one simple question? Terror attack ka Bihar election se kya connection hai, sir?
No, listen me first, listen me. अरे भाई पार्लियामेंट की मीटिंग क्यों नहीं बुलाते आप लोग? सेशन बुलाने के लिए भी तो कहा है ना. खड़गे जी has written a letter, Rahul Gandhi ji has written a letter. So we should see that aspect also. Somebody has tweeted on our Twitter something bad which we should not have done. I feel bad also. But my submission is that in all party meeting, why the Prime Minister should have attended that meeting? Nation is important or Bihar is important. Earlier also he did the mistake in Manipur. Nation is important. We are fighting with Pakistan. We are fighting for our own people. He should have attended. He should apologize the whole nation. Why he missed the meeting? Number one. Number two, when the Kharkeji has written a letter for this session, and Rahul Gandhi, why they are not saying anything? Why
No, writing the letter for a special session is justified, Mr. Sabarwal. That's my question. That is legitimate. Do that. Question the Prime Minister. You have all rights to do that. In fact, Sanju Verma, if you remember, has in the past taken accountability on many occasions. So, you know, no one is shying away from that. But I am saying, what is this kind of political commentary? Gayab poster, headless poster, swell.
See, there's a difference. Ramesh will appreciate, because he's a sensible man. There's a difference between questioning the government and ridiculing the government in a time of national crisis where national unity is paramount. So Ramesh is right. Everyone has the right to write a letter to the Prime Minister, and Parliament should be summoned. But two wrongs don't make a right. While you've written a letter, this kind of communication negates both your seriousness and your intent. It actually jeopardizes the good moves that Rahul Gandhi made. And I'm the first person to say that what Rahul Gandhi did was statesmanlike. But these jokers, whoever's doing all this nonsense, is actually creating problems for the Congress. इनको तो आप बाहर निकालो, ये आपके दुश्मन है. Number one. Number two, I have to leave. I'll just answer one part of your question, Pranesh, which you asked. India's problem is not just external enemies. We have many warped intellectual enemies within our country, whose entire basis is to, foment peace. They are peace lovers. They've never gone to war. Their families have never been involved with the armed forces, but they will find succor in trying to be the peacemakers of the world. These are the people we should worry about. The problem is the media gives these jokers also a lot of time. They may be woke, but they're not awake to the problems of India and to the aspirations of our people. That's the problem.
Let's hope, that changes. Ratan Sharda Tehseen is saying that these people are doing a disservice to the Rahul Gandhi. Isn't it, the other way around? Rahul Gandhi, by not acting against these people, is doing a disservice to the country and the party.
I appreciate Tehseen's continuous sustained efforts to defend Rahul Gandhi. That's his job, and I appreciate that. But what stops Rahul Gandhi from immediately asking the Congress Central Office to pull down the meme? Does it take a lot of time to pull down the meme when there is controversy all over India and on the net, which he keeps on looking at? Does it behoove a person of that nature to say enough is enough? He said there should be centralized communication. This tweet came from a centralized server. It didn't come from the Kerala handle, which is anyway stupid. We have people sitting in IT cell in Congress who are juvenile teenagers who have not been taught any history, who bunked the HC lectures, who have bunked sociology lectures, and they make these kind of memes as they're sitting in some Instagram jokes. And I would just say, Congress is going down, unfortunately also taking nation down by creating such quality of literature which helps Congress. Congress is the most quoted, most appreciated party, and the leaders most quoted by the Pakistanis more than the Indians. Why it is happening? Because they consistently, right from Mani Shankar Iyer saying, "Humko sahayata karo Modi ko girane ki," to present day kind of tweets that are coming up when they ask for proof, they ask for evidence for any attack, any kind of army action. And I didn't want to say this, but this is going too far by continuously insulting Modi ji despite his sterling record for the nation and a kind of surgical strike he did. OROP was stopped after 1971 war. This is the reward they gave to military. Do you know we never talk about that? We feel embarrassed to talk about that. 93,000 prisoners were given back to Pakistan without one scratch on their head and their body. But 54 Indians POWs are missing in action. They were never brought back. This is the Congress record, and this is where military people hardly trust Congress. I think this they should worry. And we should not talk about such things on this time, but we need to speak because continuously abuse of the government, continuous abuse of the people. And you tell me, what are they doing? Why don't they withdraw the hand? And I would just say, please, Bhagwan इनको सद्बुद्धि दे, इनके लिए नहीं, देश के लिए.
No, Ravi Srivastava, Ratan Sharda is also saying the same thing. I think Sanju Verma also nodded her head. Why is it so difficult for the Congress party to at least listen to Tehseen Poonawala? Forget, what the people are thinking. Tehseen is one of their own. उनकी बात मान ले, ये जो मीम है, पोस्ट है, whatever it is in bad taste. So this is abhorrent. इसको हटाने में कितना समय लगता है? For this you did not, you don't have to call the CWC. Ravi Srivastava? You were having some trouble with Ravi Srivastava, viewers. I apologize for that glitch. It can happen sometimes. But Sanju Verma, you see, while Tehseen can say what he wants, Tehseen is still an outsider. Nobody listens to Tehseen. The people who are making the absurd remarks are there in the party. People like Gundu Rao and all the others that you named.
Pranesh, while Suhail is not there, I just want to say one thing. There is nothing statesmanlike about Rahul Gandhi, because as Mr. Ratan Sharda rightly said, finally we all know that Rahul Gandhi calls the shots, not even Mallikarjun Kharge. Tell me, if Rahul Gandhi really wanted this meme to be pulled down, would Supriya Srinath have said no? If Rahul Gandhi would have told Siddaramaiah to keep his tongue in check, would Siddaramaiah have said no? If Rahul Gandhi would have asked Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Khera to not abuse the Prime Minister, do you think they would have refused? If Rahul Gandhi would have told B.K. Hari Prasad, the Congress MLC, to stop giving Pakistan a clean chit, do you think he would have refused? The answer is no. They would have not refused, because Rahul Gandhi is the Karta Dharta of the Congress party. So as I said at the start of your show, Rahul Gandhi is playing the classic good cop, bad cop. मैं कहूंगा सरकार के साथ खड़ा हूं, और मेरे जितने भी चरण चुंबक हैं वो पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट देंगे, नरेंद्र मोदी को दिन रात गालियां देंगे, और सरकार को डॉग विस्लिंग करते हुए सरकार को पाकिस्तान के सामने नीचा दिखाने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ेंगे. And I want to tell you one more thing, Pranesh, very quickly. Do you remember on the 5th of January 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cavalcade was stuck at Bhatinda flyover, Delhi, 30 kilometers from Pakistan's firing zone. And I remember Charanjit Singh Channi of the Congress was the Chief Minister of Punjab. And what did he say? He said, अरे प्रधानमंत्री के जीवन को कोई खतरा नहीं था, ये तो सारा ड्रामेबाजी है बीजेपी के आईटी सेल की, ये तो मोदी जी की ड्रामेबाजी है. And if you remember, in December 2022, there was a Madhya Pradesh Congress leader, a senior Congress leader called Raja Pateria. He said, संविधान खतरे में है और मोदी का कत्ल होना जरूरी है, तभी लोकतंत्र बचेगा. When his bluff was called out, he said, I did not mean Prime Minister Modi. मैं तो कहना चाहता था मोदी जी की सोच का कत्ल होना चाहिए.
So let's ask that question. Who is the real Congress within the Congress party? रवि श्रीवास्तव, पहले आप बताइए, फिर मैं तहसीन से वापस पूछूंगा, क्योंकि रतन शारदा जो एक सवाल पूछ रहे हैं वो बहुत ही फंडामेंटल है. ये बार बार लोग बोल देते हैं कि नहीं, राहुल गांधी को नहीं पता है, उनको ये देखना चाहिए. I mean, this can't go on and on and on. Oh, Mr. Sabarwal भी हाथ उठा रहे, but even he has no say in the Congress party. I don't think he will even be allowed inside the new office. Ravi Srivastava, आप बताइए.
Why should BJP get worked up?
This is not about the BJP. I am asking you a question, sir. 1 minute. Ravi Srivastava, is the meme, this photo, in good taste?
No, it's maybe in the bad taste.
Maybe नहीं. आपको क्या लगता है? आप बताइए, आप अपना बताइए. आपको क्या लग रहा है, ये फोटो अच्छा है?
Where is the picture? Where is the picture in it? There are clothes and the shoe. Why should you be worked up on that? Whose name is there? It means you are guilty. You are finding yourself that is Mr. Modi's photo, and he was gagged from the party meeting. He didn't have a guts to go to Pahalgam, which Rahul Gandhi went. Questioning Congress today. I want to tell them, this is.
Sir, we have a bad audio line with you. We'll disconnect this and try and fix it. This is happening for the third time. Vikram, can we please see this? Tehseen, if you can, please tell our viewers, what is this exchange with Rahul Gandhi that you're talking about? What is the message that you sent him? If it's not too personal.
What I'm saying, there are two issues here. Number one, I think the Congress party has officially said that this tweet was not about the Prime Minister. So they've said that officially just about 8 or 9 minutes back. So I think they were just trying to talk about accountability. This isn't about the Honorable Prime Minister. Like I said, the damage has been done. And my only advice to the Congress party, I don't want to make any personal comments, is very clear. I think the Honorable Leader of Opposition has been very, very mature, and all opposition parties have been very mature and have stood by the government, and we completely trust the Prime Minister to take decisive action at the place and time that India chooses
but
is right for India.
I am glad you're saying that. I want to salute you. Why can't leaders of the Congress party, official leaders of the Congress party, talk like Tehseen Poonawala? Tell me, why is it so difficult?
Dr. Tharoor and Manish Tiwari have.
Look what the Congress has done to Dr. Tharoor.
What they have done.
Every time Dr. Tharoor, speaks his mind, he is, pushed against the wall. He is cornered in the Congress party. Of course, ask Shashi Tharoor. People like Rashid Alvi, Udit Raj, of all people, has the gall to take on Shashi Tharoor. This is the Congress party of today. Tehseen, so you know about it. Tehseen, now come on. You're putting up a brave face. Now tell me, no, let's go back to what Ratan Sharda said. Why is it so difficult for Rahul Gandhi to read the room, to understand the sentiment and take corrective action? How can a terror strike be linked to elections?
It isn't. What the only thing that the opposition party is asking for, and all opposition parties unitedly, is for a special session of parliament that we should discuss this issue. That's it. And I think that's a legitimate demand. That's point for number one, and that's upon the government to fulfill. Point number two, the two gentlemen's name that you took, one of them has come from the BJP. The other gentleman, I mean, I don't know how relevant he is, but he sees a mic, he talks nonsense. I mean, I really think that the other gentleman, Rashid Saab, requires some sort of help. So, I mean, I don't know how their statements can be over a statement of a Shashi Tharoor or Manish Tiwari.
Why are they in the Congress party then? The one person that you're talking about may have come from the BJP. Why did you take him? Why? And why is the Congress not taking you? Why can't you be the spokesperson for the Congress party? Why can't right-thinking individuals, Tehseen? No, 1 minute. No, I know, I'm only, look. You speak the, you take the right stand. Why can't Congress have more people like you? Can you not look after their communications, their social media? You are tech savvy, everything that it takes. Why?
To be my way, not I won't listen to anyone else. It has to be my way. That's it. So if they want me, it has to be my way. You can't have interference, and I won't take woke people in the department. So wokeism is something that I'm.
So if when will the Congress get rid of the woke people? Now Sanju Verma has named them. I named them. Ratan Sharda has not shied away. When will the Congress get rid of the woke people? Because you see what it is doing. It is affecting the morale of our forces. You are insulting. By you, I mean, the Congress posts. Commentary by the Congress leaders is insulting the sentiment of the terror victims and the survivors. Mr. Sabharwal, 1 minute, एक सीधा सवाल है. आप भी रीजनेबल व्यक्ति हैं सर, या पहले कभी होंगे रीजनेबल? आप ये बताइए कि इलेक्शन से जोड़ना किसी आतंकवादी घटना को ये सही है या गलत है?
सवाल है सर, मेरा एक सवाल है सर, खड़के जी ने लेटर किसको लिखा है? Khadke ji has written a letter to whom? Rahul Gandhi ji has written a letter to whom? Prime Minister Modi. कि सेशन बुलाओ, तो गायब होने की तो बात ही नहीं है. मोदी जी तो प्रेसिडेंट है देश में. आप लोग जो है, एक गलत ट्वीट हो गया है.
ये गलत ट्वीट हो गया ना, चलिए आपने माना गलत ट्वीट हो गया है, तहसीन मान रहे गलत ट्वीट हो गया है. अरे गलत हो गया तो हटा लीजिए उसको. कब हटाएंगे? गलत ट्वीट हो गया तो ट्वीट गलत हो जाता है, नेता गलत बोल जाते हैं, स्टेटमेंट गलत हो जाता है, कोई एक्शन नहीं होता है. और देखिए पाकिस्तान क्या कर रहा है सर, ये जो गलत ट्वीट कांग्रेस ने किया है, पाकिस्तान ने क्या किया है? आपका पोस्टर, वो कांग्रेस को पोस्टर बॉय बना दिया वो कांग्रेस ने, पाकिस्तान ने वहां पे वो ट्वीट कर रहे हैं. उन्होंने लिखा नॉटी कांग्रेस. आर यू हैप्पी विद दिस सर? Pakistan is cheering the Congress party. The Indian National Congress is being called naughty Congress by Pakistan. Are you happy? Is Supriya Shrinet happy? Pawan Kheda, Jairam Ramesh, they must be ecstatic. They will go to Rahul Gandhi and show, sir, look what we've achieved. The Congress is all over the social media on Pakistan and beyond. ये क्या चल रहा है सर? संजू वर्मा,
Pranesh, first and foremost, let me, make one very important intervention here. This is something that many people on social media have also been talking of, and Tehseen mentioned that. A joint session of the parliament is called by the president, in this case, Honorable Draupadi Murmu. Second point, under Article 87 and under Article 108 of the Constitution, a joint session of the parliament is usually called when there is a difference between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha in passing a non-money bill, or 6 months have elapsed and one house has passed a non-money bill but the other house has not. So the current circumstances, constitutionally speaking, do not warrant a joint session of the parliament. But the most important point is this. Tehseen saying, one person came from the BJP. I think he implied Udit Raj. So यदि Udit Raj ने Shashi Tharoor को BJP spokesperson बुला दिया, why blame us? Let me ask, was Supriya Srinath in BJP? She is one of the most rabidly abusive persons. Is Pawan Khera, who even abused Prime Minister Modi's father, did he ever join the BJP? Was Jairam Ramesh ever with the BJP? Was Siddaramaiah, who repeatedly gives Pakistan a clean sheet, was he ever with the BJP? Was Tariq Ahmed Karra, the J&K Congress chief, ever with the BJP? Was Saifuddin Soz, who's been giving Pakistan a clean sheet, was he ever with the BJP? So stop blaming the BJP. We are saying we will take the necessary action. But it is Congress that is polarizing the narrative. It is Congress that is trying to bring Pakistan into the equation and then give them a clean sheet dog whistling.
Right. Let's now talk about, this ecosystem that is, I don't know why, opposing the crackdown even on the overground workers and the park sympathizers here. We have Major Manik Jolly joining us. Major Jolly, good evening. Thank you for speaking to us, sir. When comments like, where is the proof of surgical strike, that this is the terror strike was linked to election, when you hear such commentary, what comes to your mind?
Hi, Deepak. Thanks for the invite. I would just say it's very disappointing, actually, as a retired soldier, or I can even speak on behalf of those who are serving, that it's heartbreaking. Because the thing is, soldiers are putting their lives on line. They're carrying out the operations that the Prime Minister of India, or the Defense Minister, or the government has decided. And the secrecy of these operations is a necessity. It's not a trick. It's a necessity, because tomorrow, if you start declaring, we carried out airstrike like this, we went from this side, these are the photographs, this is the altitude, you start giving everything, you're actually giving out operational plan to the enemy. So when you are carrying out operations, you just need to declare the success of it to the public, to the Indians. And I think that it's what should suffice. When people come up, various political leaders, and start asking, proof of these strikes, I mean, do they not have any shame? Has Army or Air Force or Navy ever lied about the operations that we have carried out? People have died, people have laid down their lives serving the nation.
Right.
And you want to put them in a, want to judge them on whether this is true or false. It's just very unfair to these forces.
It is unfair. Manojit Mondal, one TMC leader, he happens to be a member of parliament. He says CAA was brought in to drive out minorities. He said this in context of the crackdown on Pakistani citizens.
I don't know who you were mentioning. This is certainly not the line of All India Trinamool Congress, because I follow the politics very closely. The All India Trinamool Congress is solidly behind the government, but the government is only doing and talking and doing politics. Here, I do believe it's quite unfortunate, but in current debate that you're having, you are only trying to build up the image of the Prime Minister. This is a bad, what you call meme or cartoon, whatever. It should be immediately, outrightly rejected. And the Congress party must be taking some action against the person who is responsible for this kind of cartooning or memeing. But that doesn't mean that the government is allowed to do politics. That's what you're doing. right? All the political parties, they have given their unconditional support, including the Congress party, that you love to run down every other night, but the government must now walk the talk and also have the confidence of the people, especially the martyrs, the family of the martyrs. They're still waiting for some kind of decisive action. And we believe if this is given entirely to the military power, I think they will take a decisive action.
Okay.
We are solidly
Let's
behind
bring in the spokesperson of the PDP, Shokia Qureshi. Shokia जी, महबूबा मुफ्ती जो आपकी लीडर हैं, जो हमारे फोर्सेस वहां पे टेरर सिंपैथाइजर जो ओवरग्राउंड वर्कर्स हैं उन पे एक्शन ले रहे हैं, उनके घरों को पे कार्रवाई हो रही है, उससे भी उनको दिक्कत है, क्यों?
जी, प्रोग्राम में बुलाने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि उनको उनसे दिक्कत है। देखें, अगर ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड्स की अगर हम बात करें तो अगर किसी एक ने गलती की है तो सजा भी एक ही को मिलनी चाहिए। अगर आप देखें कि कोई माँ बाप ये नहीं चाहेगा कि मेरा जो बच्चा है वो मिलिटेंट बने, उग्रवादी बने और जाके किसी गोली का शिकार हो, क्योंकि अल्टीमेट अगर देखा जाए तो इसका अंजाम मौत ही है और बहुत दर्दनाक मौत होती है। तो इसलिए कोई माँ बाप नहीं चाहेगा। अब ये जो इनके जो मकान है जिनको गिराया जाता है, एक तो उनके मकान गिरते हैं और जो उस मोहल्ले में बाकी रहने वाले लोग हैं,
नहीं, ये जो जिनके मकान गिराए गए, आपको लगता है इनका कोई कसूर नहीं था? इनको टारगेट किया जा रहा है क्योंकि
कसूर था, लेकिन एक फैमिली मेंबर का कसूर था, पूरी फैमिली का, पूरे मोहल्ले का कसूर नहीं था। देखिए, अगर हम बात करें कि हमारा जो भारत का संविधान है वो उसकी प्रशंसा पूरी दुनिया में
आप
किसके लिए
लोग,
होती
शौकिया
है?
कुरैशी जी, आप लोग भारत के संविधान को मानते हैं, तिरंगा झंडे को मानते हैं सर? आप मैम, पता है महबूबा मुफ्ती ने क्या कहा था तिरंगा झंडे के बारे में? वो रतन शारदा बताएंगे आपको, वो बताएंगे आपको कि क्या कहा था महबूबा मुफ्ती ने। बहुत ही फेमस है वो, इनफेमस कोट है उनका, रतन शारदा।
उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर 370 को छेड़ा तो सारी घाटी में तिरंगा उठा के घूमने वाला नहीं मिलेगा, और सारी घाटी तिरंगों से पटी है, सारी घाटी तिरंगे से लहराने वाले कश्मीर में बैठे हैं। सी प्रॉब्लम विद दिस पीपल, फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हाट साकेत गोखले सेड, and TMC person who says I am not an official TMC representative but trying to just disown Saket Gokhale's tweet. Saket Gokhale is a person who has been convicted for defamation. So he makes another statement which is equally bad, and he says it's not for to trap your minorities. But do minorities, Hindu minorities in Bangladesh or Pakistan, no rights? Why did you oppose CA? So a minority in India has a right, but minority in Pakistan or Afghanistan or Bangladesh have no rights. That's the stand of TMC officially. Please tell me. And secondly, similarly, when PDP says, cries about Pakistan is being thrown back to Pakistan, she forgets that she never raised her little finger when Kashmiri Hindus were thrown out of Kashmir Valley, nor were they supported, nor were they given any kind of sympathy or support. And today she suddenly starts crying buckets of bloody tears. I don't agree, because you are indirectly actually normalizing these infiltrations. You are normalizing terror, and you are trying to support those people which you are other way, and that is very dangerous because you are playing with people's sentiment, playing with the integrity of the nation. And people who claim that हमारा नहीं है, Congress always says ये हमारा नहीं है. How does it
किसी का कोई नहीं है, सिर्फ बुरहान वानी और महबूबा मुफ्ती एक साथ हैं। मैं कुरैशी जी को वापस पूछना चाहता हूं, आप मैम ये कह रही हैं कि जो लोग बंदूक उठाते उनके घर वालों का क्या कसूर है? बुरहान वानी ने तो बंदूक उठाया था ना, महबूबा मुफ्ती उनके लिए भी कॉम्पनसेशन मांग रही थी, उसके डेथ पे वो आंसू बहा रही थी, क्यों?
आंसू इसलिए बहा रही थी कि उन्हीं के दौर में अगर मैं फिर यहाँ पे वही बात कहना चाहूंगी कि ठीक है, वो एक मिलिटेंट था, उसको जो उसने किया उसकी सजा मिल गई, लेकिन यहाँ हमारे कश्मीर में हर एक दूसरे का रिश्तेदार है, क्योंकि जगह जो है वो
मैम टेररिस्ट किसी के रिश्तेदार नहीं हो सकते, अगर है तो उनसे रिश्तेदारी खत्म कर दीजिए और ये मिलिटेंट बोलना बंद कीजिए। वो टेररिस्ट है और टेररिस्ट से रिश्तेदारी नहीं हो सकती है, ये मैम आप एक बार क्लियर कर लीजिए। ऐसे नहीं हो सकता है कि हमारे रिश्तेदार हैं और ये उसके रिश्तेदार हैं, वो अब्दुल्ला साहब के हैं, ये रिश्तेदारी बंद कीजिए मैम। तिरंगे झंडे के साथ रिश्तेदारी कर लीजिए, उसके साथ है नहीं। आप तिरंगे के साथ ट्रेचरी कर रहे हैं, टेररिस्ट को आप बोल रहे हैं रिश्तेदार। संजू वर्मा।
Thank you. Pranesh, the limited point is this. When Burhan Wani was killed, Mehbooba Mufti ने आंसू बहाए थे. When Riyaz Naiku, another terrorist of Hizbul Mujahideen, was gunned down by armed forces, Mehbooba Mufti ने आंसू बहाए थे. When Asya Andrabi was arrested, Mehbooba Mufti ने आंसू बहाए थे. When Yaqub Memon का जनाजा निकला था मुंबई में, the accused in the 1993 blast, rather the convicted, तब भी महबूबा मुफ्ती ने आंसू बहाए थे. When Sabzar Ahmed Bhatt, when now recently Altaf Lalli was killed down by our armed forces, तब भी महबूबा मुफ्ती ने आंसू बहाए थे. तो मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि महबूबा मुफ्ती, why is she always on the wrong side of the fence? Why does she shed copious tears for the perpetrators, for the oppressors, for the aggressors? Why is she never with the Indian state? Why is she never with the victims?
She is with India Alliance. She may not be with Indian state. She is with India Alliance. Ravi Srivastav.
He was with the BJP alliance and had ruling for 2.5 years. What is she talking about? Alliance. Mehbooba Mufti must prove her love for the nation.
No, Mr. Srivastav, the BJP did a mistake. BJP should not have done it. They have made a mistake and they continue to do by, taking people from other parties. But that does not, give you a license of continuing that trend. Will you take a position? Then ask the question of the BJP. Say that we are throwing Mehbooba out of the India Alliance. Will you say that? You will not. Mr. Sabharwal, will you say?
अरे भाई, आप जो है, आप बीजेपी के मुझे लगता है स्पोक्समैन बन जाओ. इसीलिए कांग्रेस पार्टी ऑफिशियली आप लोगों को बॉयकॉट करती है. बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है.
मैम, सर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. कांग्रेस पार्टी, देखिए, मैं बॉयकॉट से मुझे एक याद आ रहा है कमेंट. मनोजीत मंडल को हंसी आ रही है, बट कोई बात नहीं. देखिए, रमेश सबरवाल, एक इंटरव्यू में पूछा था पवन खेड़ा को, आप दिल्ली में आप लोग कैंपेन क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? उन्होंने बोला हम कैंपेन नहीं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि लोग ज्यादा कैंपेन से नाराज हो जाते हैं. तो शायद कांग्रेस को लगता होगा ज्यादा प्रवक्ता भेज देंगे किसी चैनल पे तो नाराज हो जाएंगे. ये बॉयकॉट करके टाइम्स नाउ को किसका बहुत फायदा हो रहा है? कांग्रेस पार्टी का. लोगों ने बॉयकॉट कर दिया कांग्रेस पार्टी को. आप लोग सब बॉयकॉटेड हैं. आपको अगर मजा आ रहा है तो फिर मजा लीजिए. राहुल गांधी ने एक इंटरव्यू में कहा था ना, यही मजा मैं सबको देना चाहता हूं, तो आप मजा लीजिए. ये मजा लेते रहिए बॉयकॉट करके. एक तरफ बोलिए कि मोहब्बत की राजनीति करते हैं और फिर चैनल पे आके बोलिए कि इसीलिए हमने बॉयकॉट किया है. रमेश सबरवाल, बाय द वे, आप भी बॉयकॉटेड हैं. आप भी बॉयकॉटेड है. आप कभी कांग्रेस ऑफिस में अंदर चले जाइए और फिर अंदर से एक वीडियो कॉल कीजिएगा मुझे. तहसीन पूना वाला बॉयकॉटेड है. एनीवन हु पुट्स इंडिया फर्स्ट इज बॉयकॉटेड. द कांग्रेस हैज बिकम अ मीम. द कांग्रेस इज नॉट जस्ट पुटिंग आउट मीम, द कांग्रेस हैज बिकम अ मीम. दैट इज ऑल दैट आई वांट टू से. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग, व्यूअर्स.